how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. Today I'm going to be talking about yet another development regarding Starfield, and this one is more official in a way than, say, most of the other Starfield stuff going around right now. This also is yet another huge indication that we might get some sort of Starfield trailer or announcement at some point very soon. This is super exciting as there has been a lot to talk and speculate about regarding Starfield lately, and if we take all of the recent events into consideration, it seems like all of these occurrences would have to be more than just a coincidence. It feels like everything is ramping up towards something big, and when you add this recent event on top of all of this, the hype assumes more control than it really needs to be doing right now. And this is the news situation. Yesterday, the owner of the Reddit account named Starfield Game had their account taken down by Reddit. And the reasoning for this is what makes this situation interesting. Reddit stated that there can't be more than one account with the name Starfield Game, but if we search for another account with this name, we can't find anything, which is odd but makes the situation pretty clear at the same time. It's Wasteland over on Twitter, the owner of this now banned account, seems to think this is a sign that something regarding Starfield is most likely happening soon, and that this account was taken down because Bethesda wants anything that looks like it could be confused as an official Starfield profile to be removed before the official ones are made public. And I actually agree with It's Wasteland. I don't see why Bethesda would do this unless they're going to be marketing Starfield a lot more very soon. One interesting thing to note though real quick is that the Starfield fan subreddit still exists as of right now at least, but I don't think that Bethesda has taken down fan subreddits before, only accounts that seem to appear like they could be confused for being officially and directly linked to Bethesda. Now if Bethesda Game Studios went into full Starfield marketing mode, it would make sense for them to want to be absolutely certain that there is no other account anywhere that looks like it could be confused with something official, and seeing how It's Wasteland states that they've had this Starfield Reddit account for 3 years now, it brings up the question as to why Bethesda would, at this exact time now, 3 years later, all of a sudden care enough to have Reddit take the Starfield Game account down. If this happened in an otherwise complete drought of Starfield news and speculation, this situation may not have had such an impact, but considering this Reddit account was taken down within the same month that Starfield received official provisional ratings, and then all the international Starfield websites had a glitch showing the game to actually have received full official ratings, including the USK in Germany, who require a game to essentially be finished before it can even get rated. All of this happening, all within a few weeks of one another, is, at this point, just way too much to be considered entirely a coincidence, and it's way too much for my hype levels. I mean, my hype meter is just screaming right now. Everything on a Starfield docket in May is just shouting something is happening very soon, but still we have no official word on anything from Bethesda other than confirmation that the website glitch was indeed a glitch, which we already knew, and oh yeah, to enjoy our disappointment. Thanks, Pete. I don't think the community is ever gonna let you forget about that one. And another thing to keep in mind is that Bethesda Game Studios straight up denied that they were even working on Fallout 4 in early 2015, only then to drop a huge Fallout 4 showcase at E3 and then release the game later on the same year. And while in this specific circumstance Bethesda has already confirmed they are indeed working on Starfield, I'd still expect them to otherwise just be as sneaky and secretive as they were for Fallout 4, for example. Todd Howard did state that he prefers to wait until a game is basically ready to be released before they start to fully market it, and May seems to have plenty of events to suggest that not only Starfield is finished, but also that Bethesda will indeed start marketing the game very soon. The USK Ratings Board in Germany won't assign a game a rating unless it's in a finished state, as you can see here direct on their website, and the German Starfield website did show an official USK rating for a second during the recent website glitch. In fact, every international website for Starfield had this glitch, showcasing their own relative rating for Starfield. And these weren't provisional ratings, this glitch was official finished game ratings, ready to be sold on the market. This situation seems to indicate Starfield is definitely finished and ready to release, and now when we take into consideration the Starfield Game Reddit account getting taken down literally yesterday, this seems like a very clear indication that Bethesda plans on marketing this game very soon. So these two occurrences work together to somewhat support one another and add more credibility to the fact that Starfield has reached the point in which, according to Todd Howard, Bethesda is ready to drop a major showcase and go into full marketing mode. I'm not saying Todd Howard said Starfield is ready, but Todd Howard did state that they market a game when it's basically finished, and like I'm saying, all of this evidence seems to suggest that Starfield is finished. And if a major showcase for Starfield is dropped this year, year, that means Starfield would most likely release in November this year as well, which is freaking nuts to think about and just kind of feels weird to even say, especially because all of this is kind of speculative, even though at this point saying it could all just be a coincidence also feels kind of weird and wrong to say. Like I keep saying though, I still think the safest bet is to expect Starfield to release in 2021. That way if the game doesn't come out this year, you don't get disappointed. It is much better to be surprised than disappointed, and until we actually see that Starfield Twitter account finally drop the next teaser, you gotta keep that hype in check. Although I do still cling to that 2021 release date, I do have to acknowledge that all of these events do tip the scales more towards at least a 2020 announcement, if not a full release. But if Bethesda drops another announcement this year, I'd be surprised if the game didn't release this November alongside it. So basically, this is the situation we are in as of right now. If Bethesda starts marketing Starfield heavy at some point over the next couple of months, then Starfield will almost certainly drop in November this year. But if Bethesda stays mostly quiet about Starfield, or if they drop another Starfield small teaser trailer similar to what we got back at E3 2018, then I don't expect the game to release until at best 2021, possibly even longer. Although I do doubt Bethesda would release the game anytime after 2021, they'd want to capitalize on all that next-gen hype as early and as much as possible, and at the same time, several Starfield trademarks would expire if the game didn't release next year. I don't like to talk about like my percentages of when I expect this game to release, but at this point I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm kind of expecting 60% for 2021 and 40% for 2020. Remember though, these are percentages based off speculation, and until we hear something direct from Bethesda Game Studios, you have to hold your hype in check. Now that finishes up today's video, but before we get to the community highlights, as always, what I want to know is what do you think about all of this? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet and may get featured in a future video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy the content, and if you want to stay in the know when it comes to the latest gaming news, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss the latest uploads. Follow me over on Twitter for other news that doesn't quite make it into my videos, as well as channel updates, and check for links down in the description below for the official Skullzi merchandise site, the Skullzi Discord community server, and if you want to have your hand in providing future content, there are links down in the description below on how to be an exclusive channel member here on YouTube or over on Patreon as well. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when Starfield has so many stars.
It just works.